Blackman.
Not a good way to start a match.
Courier shakes his head
15
over a ball that he thought was long on the baseline. A couple of close calls here in the early stages. It won't take too many to get these guys a little bit testy. And it was interesting to notice too that after a couple of serves questioned particularly by Edberg between these two matches, they realigned the Cyclops electronic monitoring machine on the service lines.
Yes, I would agree with that. I was sitting on the side of the court, and I thought quite a few of the calls, particularly up this end, when the ball was just long, it was being called in.
This end being the end that Sampras is now serving from.
There is this beautiful, fluent, snake-like service action. You can see Peter's just a bit anxious. Somebody in the crowd yelled out yes, and he thought it was a call of out, and he was ready to challenge it. Just a slight overreaction. The ball was very close to the line.
Both of them very keyed up for this match. It's the difference between $230,000 and $460,000 in prize money to win or lose here. Well, let me rephrase that. The winner of this match going into the final is guaranteed of at least $260,000. Loser here gets $115,000.
That is a typical Courier point. Rifled the forehand midway through the point, got Sampras on the defensive. There it is. The ball came back short. He whacks it to the other corner, follows it to the net, and that's what's improved in his game. Structuring the point and his ability to knock off the final volley.
Game. Pete Sampras leads 1-love.
Again, Sampras. First game.
A service let goes over the baseline, you know it's been hit.
Love 15.
reverse angle again. It's the forehand of Courier that sets up the point, this time from just on the baseline. The off forehand, his favourite ball, taking Sampras out of the court, leaving a very easy volley. Similar pattern of play repeating itself.
These two, like Todd Martin, have survived not only the best competition, but the worst of the conditions. So those very, very hot days early in the week. Sampras played Lendl on one of those days, and then Magnus Gustafsson. I guess Courier, of all of them, escaped the worst of that. The matches that he played on those days of intense heat against Wayne Ferreira and Goran Ivanisevic. Because they were relatively straightforward, straight set matches.
It was the very tidy service action of Jim Courier. Effective, not very elaborate, not as elaborate as Pete Sampras's. Very serviceable. Constantly gets the ball up into the 170s.
Game Courier, 1-1.
Don't forget that Sports World returns on Sunday. Bruce McAvaney, Kate Payton, John Alexander, all the crew and all the big stories. Great feature on Margaret Court. Interview, of course, with the women's singles winner here tomorrow. Dean Jones, special guest, all the horse racing. Surfing from West Australia, the Heineken Golf Classic highlights as well. Head-to-head record here. These two have played 10 times. Sampras leads 8-2. But they've nearly always met the last half dozen times in finals or semi-finals, so they're always in at the business end of the tournament. In fact, Courier's won only one of the last 6 meetings.
15.
They played twice in '93, once in Hong Kong on a hard surface similar to this in the final. Sampras won 7-6 in the final set. And of course they played in the finals of Wimbledon, 4-set victory to Sampras. But it was anyone's match going into the last few games. I think the general feeling, Gary, I don't know whether you agree, is that Sampras is a likely victor. The biggest opportunity Jim Courier would have is if the day was very warm, and it's getting warmer.
Yes, well, with daylight saving, this time of the afternoon in Melbourne is about the hottest part of the day. What the devil was that? I don't know what caused that. That was the Cyclops service line monitoring.
Doing an impression of Nostradamus. It's an unusual miss.
30.
Just an indication of the tension. Sampras looks very calm and relaxed. This was not a difficult overhead, just a metre or so behind the service line. The entire backhand court to play the ball in. That's one weakness that Pete Sampras certainly can exploit. Courier doesn't return the ball well when it's slid out to his forehand. It was a 161k serve. A lot of spin, taking the ball wide.
First deuce game. First of many. But a packed house again at Flinders Park. And why not? Gosh, what value they've had for their money today already, and this match has hardly started.
Advantage Sampras.
Sampras leading, games on serve, 2-1.
Long 50.
Just double fault for him.
Court level, or off waist level, is where Courier likes it best. He can really hammer the ball from there. Jumps right on top of that last one. It's down on the ball, down the line. It's that wonderful facility to hit the ball down the line with the same aggression that he can across court.
Sampras just taking the pace off the return here.
That's an unusual shot, isn't it? Of course, if there's no pace on the ball at all, Courier is under the obligation to generate all pace. There are a lot of players that like a little pace on the ball in order to hit the ball as solidly as they can. Sampras with some off-pace shots.
15-40.
Soft, deep, with a lot of backspin, floating through the air. The most complete player can implement virtually any strategy he chooses. Chooses to slow ball, he can do that. He can attack the on command.
Sampras. $15. 30. 50. 40-50.
In fact, even hotter than that. It hasn't gone to press yet.
No, we beat the press. The presses. Marvels of the electronic age. What a brave smash that was. The easiest ball to hit when you're coming forward, because all the smashing you do generally is when you're at the net and you're lobbed over and you're moving back. It's a little practiced shot.
He's going to need to be brave to have a chance of beating Sampras, not only on the past record, but just on the style of game that they play.
Game Courier.
Easy game for Jim Courier. But the problem is to get there.
Love 15.
Pretty handy second serve. That was a 193 kilometre per hour miss.
30-15.
Jim Courier just muttering to himself that he goes there every time. Just make it. Three aces to Sampras. One to Courier.
Sampras.
And with the service break intact, Sampras leads by
15 love.
Yes, he had a similar exchange with the umpire during his tough match with Brian Shelton when he was going over the 25-second limit the great majority of the time.
John Barrett has joined us at courtside for this.
30
Actually, Gary, listening to what John Alexander has just said, he's absolutely right. I timed Jim Courier at last, between the two previous points, and it was 25 seconds before he struck the ball. And, you know, we've noticed this in his previous matches. No wonder we have long tennis matches.
Called from the chair by Bruno Rivera. Oh, he tried to push it back in.
40 love. It's a psychological ploy, taking additional time, because then you're controlling the pace of the match. You're dictating when the points will be played. You can't inflict your will by being willing to play quickly, so the other person will delay, thereby controlling the match. So if you're willing to flaunt the rules and risk being pulled up, you can control the timing of the match, the playing of the match. Obviously sees that as a psychological advantage, and that's what the slow play is about.
Second service.
It's employed extensively by Jimmy Connors and John McEnroe, especially when Van Lember was challenging them. He learnt the process very well. Took it to a new art form.
40-50.
And now Jim Courier would be the main offender. Following maybe Boris Becker was a very slow player also. Not that we should speak about him in the past tense. He's just had a baby and will be back on the tour held in 1994.
I think Barbara had the baby.
Yes, well, they played their normal roles.
He's had 3 very comfortable service games, Jim Courier, and one where he just missed a few first serves, and Sampras came up with the blistering returns. That's all the difference there's been in this set so far. Sampras serving now for the first set, 5-3.
Courier trying out the overhead again. Sampras having missed a couple.
15-11.
Not going to miss that last one. That was very, very short. And there was quite a good chance for Courier to have made the passing shot. I'm surprised he tried the lob.
And if you're taking note of the difference, it's about 15 seconds between points when Sampras is serving.
Yes, the rule is that the receiver must be prepared to play at the server's pace.
Unbelievable forehand approach, just forcing from Sampras, just forcing the error from Jim Courier. That ball was hit hard. Easy as that, 6 games to 3. Courier serving. 37 minutes that first set.
Just taking this into account, and with all his other talents, extraordinary speed about the court, and balance and control when he actually arrived there to play a very delicate angle.
It's as fast as you've seen anybody move on the tennis court.
Time for Jim Courier. He's got to try to stay within shooting distance of Pete Sampras. Can't afford to go down early break here and let Pete run away with his second set. He's got to try to take a toll of him early in the second set.
Just 43% of first serves in for Courier in the first set, and winning only 67% of those.
15-30.
Sampras, on the other hand, 52%, which is not high either, but was winning 81% of them. And that pretty much was the difference in the first set.
Service.
The great Frank Sedgman engrossed all the matches here today, semi-finals. Memories of the past, I'm sure, drifting through the back of his mind.
Grand Slam winner in doubles.
So trendy how to say with phone.
A little humour from Jim. There we go. Somebody in the nice seats with a cellular phone. I hope it doesn't ring halfway through this serve.
One game to love. Second set.
First game, second set. Love.
Graceful, beautifully balanced, and just perfect execution on that low backhand volley. Had the racket kept up.
That was a pretty solid net
Just about took the net down, didn't it? And this is where he is dangerous. He likes to hit the ball straight up the line. He likes to take a few steps to the ball.
Oh, that's a great shot. 1, 2, 3, 4 metres behind the baseline when he hit that.
You can see Courier staring
Jeez.
intensely at Pete Sampras, trying to gauge what toll that had taken. Replay. It's a fine, deep volley. Courier falling back as he hit it, produced the angle.
Oh, bad luck for Courier. That was called a fault.
A late call. Very, very close.
Second service. Advantage Sampras. Again, Sampras.
That's out. It's 1 game all. Winner of this match, of course, to play Todd Martin. Three, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6 was the score to Todd Martin.
Todd Martin had battled long and hard to get through to have his moment in the sunshine. There's Washington on court 1 and Dufresne on court 1.
He had his moments in the sunshine.
Oh, tough matches. At the end of the match with Dufresne, they both appear to need assistance. Grueling tennis in the heat. It wasn't a very appropriate figure of speech, was it? In the low angle. And that's an improved area of Jim Courier's game, looking much more at home when he served in volleys. Certainly picked up his play since the first set. Sounds like one of those cellular phones might be going off. And looking towards the umpire, as if he might be given 2.
Neither player to this point has had a faultless game on serve where they've not conceded a point. Both of them having to really fight every inch of the way. As you'd expect, semi-final of a Grand Slam.
Again,
2 games to 1. Courier ahead. but he lost the first 6-3.
2-second set.
15 love. On.
See Courier just starting to head to his right, just ever so slightly. So he was doing his split step, face down the centre.
Service.
Centimetre from the line.
Just tightening up. Courier doing everything he can to keep the ball in play. Of course, Sampras to play one more shot, even out positioning him. Then 30 all. It's got to be seen as a chance for Courier. Not satisfied that it was in. Bruno Revell having a second look. Let's us have a second look. And very close, that's for sure. And Courier accepts the call in good grace.
Two games on.
Well,
solid exchange, and the ball being hit
15 love.
at the same pace as it was when Lendl played Sampras. Solidly from the back of the court, both players hitting over the ball, imparting a little bit of topspin, but not enough to take the power off the shot. 15 love.
15-30.
Gary is sitting down here. The power of both these men is just astonishing. It's a real slugfest, this. And you don't often see Courier out hit, do you? Well, it's happening quite a lot today. My goodness.
30.
Coming when he needs it most, he's being challenged on serve again. And he certainly is trying to vary his play. Served and volleyed at 15-30. For the big one at 30 all. And Jim Courier is surprised that the serve was called in. He felt it was long. 1 hour has just passed. There it is in replay. Obviously very close to the service line.
Advantage Courier.
Sampras really disappointed with not making that shot. There was quite a bit of room because Courier had approached across court, leaving the line open. Normally, Sampras makes no comment when he misses shots.
Game Courier. Courier leads by 3 games to 2.
Doesn't need too much encouragement.
This is where Courier really needs to be making Sampras play every point. 2 free points.
Service.
Perfectly placed again at the net.
Game
Sampras.
3.
Courier, bidding for a place in the final, bidding for a third successive Australian Open Championship.
Some tennis.
15 love.
It wasn't great to see Roy Emerson here again, who won 6 consecutive championships. What a great sportsman he was. Fine volley by Jim Courier.
Well, only 2 others have done it at the Australian Open Championships. Jack Crawford won 3 in a row in the early 30s. Roy Emerson, 6 on the run in the 60s. In fact, only 17 players have been able to win 3 Grand Slam championships, the one championships successively, 3 or more.
Oh, that is a ripping forehand.
He didn't leave any margin for error.
15 love.
We saw Todd Martin hit some blinding forehands today. This one matches those right through the line. Fine angle. Pace and on the run. 15 all, 3 all. Second set, Sampras has won the first. He's in the groove.
Would have left a groove right through the middle of Jim Courier if it had cleared the net.
15.
Was hit. Jim Courier just rearranging his hat. Wants to do more with that first volley. Well, the sport will become a physical contact affair. 30-15. They know each other's games. It's the 11th time they've played, but they have played all through the junior ranks, practiced hours together, and you can see the benefit here. Courier heads off to the cover of the cross court immediately, and Pete Sampras will be that much wiser next time that situation presents itself. 40-15.
It
wasn't going to win anyway. Sampras was well on his way to picking that one up.
Time violation. Morning, Mr. Courier.
Well, Bruno Rabeau. Say, I told you.
After how long? 50 seconds? How long, 30 seconds do we get? Bothering you? My what? Who am I bothering? The TV? Is it carrying the TV?
Nothing to do with TV.
It's just the rules of the game, Jim. And no explanation is needed other than you didn't hit the ball within 25 seconds. And trying to involve Pete is hardly fair.
I actually timed that one off 25 seconds exactly when Rabeau called it.
Another violation, Jordan.
repeating the first one.
No, I think they're kept separately.
One of each is the answer.
He took a swish here at the ball or at the chair and accidentally hit the ball girl.
White please, 23. Thank you.
I don't know whether some of this isn't contrived by Jim Courier, hoping to break the concentration of Pete Sampras.
Right, let's get back to business after that little outburst. Courier can't say he wasn't warned.
15
Well, Courier actually had a little go at Bruno Robert at the change of ends, and Sampras then went off to have a word with the referee, who was at that time sitting just alongside me, beside the videographers this side. And what happened was there was one warning for time, one for conduct, one of each.
Doesn't seem to have disturbed Pete Sampras at all, still playing some beautiful tennis.
Brad Stein, Jim Courier's coach, impassive through that little passage of byplay.
Again, Sampras.
I think I'm correct in saying it's the first love game. Second love game only.
Previous service game went to love
Of Sampras.
also, so he's getting really into rhythm.
And that's what Jim Courier is probably hoping he can disrupt.
Love 15.
It's a bit of a grey area, this code violations and tyre delay, because if it's perceived as gamesmanship, it is a code violation, and the differentiation wasn't made.
Well, the two guys we just saw, Ken Farrar and Bill Gilmore, they know all the rules and they'll interpret if necessary.
Love 30.
Ken Farrar, of course, had a big moment here on the centre court a couple of years back with John McEnroe. Not a moment that he relished, I might add. That's the man. Grand Slam supervisor. is on fire, Pete Sampras.
Love 40.
And this sets it up for a break chance now in the second set, right into the net and all over the forehand. Point well saved by Courier. He's a pugnacious character.
Certainly is a fighter. See this from the reverse angle to find a finely constructed point, finally implemented. And under real pressure at 4-all in the second set, there is no room for error at love 40.
Service break. Sampras clinches the first at 5-4 in the second set. Service ace number 8. A half-full bottle of water.
30.
In fact, rolled right out into the middle of the court. And the kids have to get out there with towels.
49.
It has not thrown Sampras off stride 1 millimetre.
He'll have to start kicking him in the shins on the change of ends, I think.
No, he's just focused on the business at hand.
And seconds and Sampras.
Grudge match. Good friends that they might be. It's pretty tough, as we've said before, to win the Australian Open Championship twice, get to the finals of the French final at Wimbledon and get toppled from number 1.
You can be sure that Courier will continue to do his best. Whatever that might be. Fine angled volley with a lot of backspin. Sampras got his racket to it, which was extraordinary.
A new racket, incidentally, changed it at the end of the last game, but I'm not quite sure why there wasn't a broken string.
Of course, from Courier's point of view, he feels this ought to be the final between Sampras and himself, not a semi-final.
Yes, he's made those thoughts clear. Of course, if you saw the way Todd Martin played today, that is a worthy finalist.
Anything Courier can do, Sampras can do better at the moment.
30-50.
That's when he enters into finesse. Sampras has the answer every single time. Speed about the court is quite phenomenal from the other angle. Wasn't the best of drop shots, and this surface certainly doesn't reward touch.
Courier adopting another ploy now. I'll inject some humour. Rather caustic brand of humour. And then follows up with a service ace to take the game and lead 1-rod in the third. 1 game to love, Courier in this third set. A racket that Sampras discarded. He sent off on that change of ends to be restrung. May not have broken a string, but maybe he just feels the tension has gone out of it.
I'm sure that's absolutely right, because he was pinging the strings of his racket on his palm to try and see which one to use now.
30. I think he'd be happy with that one. 9 aces. So percentage 58, it's picking up, and he's winning 82% of the time.
Well, Pete Sampras says he wants to play
40.
this brand of tennis for the next 10 years, and then he considers he might be in the same class as Rod Laver and Ken Rosewall.
Sampras.
Well, Gary will find something not to like about Pete shortly, but we certainly can't see anything at the moment.
1 game.
Well, we can like a lot about Todd Martin and his semi-final win today. I wonder how he feels being in his first Grand Slam final.
He's had some very difficult things to deal with. He's led against another Washington 5-2 in the final set. It went back to a tiebreaker. Served for the match today and lost it, and accepted those setbacks in his stride.
I'm just casting my mind back 12 months, Gary, when I was sitting in the same seat beside the court watching Sampras losing to Stefan Edberg, and there's such a difference in him. He's much stronger physically now, much more self-assured, hitting the ball harder. What a difference a year makes.
Well, as one famous critic said, all he needs to do now to be a better tennis player is to smile more. I think he's doing all right the way he is. Very self-effacing young man, Pete Sampras. Really being helped along and well guided by Tim Gullickson, who really seems to have formed a great partnership with him. Very calm.
methodical, and giving very, very good advice.
Speaking of Timothy, there he is. Just do it. And he did. He's lost 4 service games.
The other day, they've got 3 working on that one racket. I know that many hands make light work. I didn't know they also make quick work.
Courier flat to the boards.
30 love.
Well, he is fighting every inch of the way, and you know he's going to do that. Chasing absolutely everything and more. And Sampras just continues to come up with better tennis. Superhuman effort here by Courier.
30-50.
All of a sudden, Courier at 30 all. Last time he got to 30 all, he was greeted with an ace.
Now this is the first break point that Jim Courier has had in this entire match. He didn't have it for long.
Deuce.
Well left, brings up another break point.
Advantage Courier. High, please. Thank you. Deuce.
Well, that was interesting on the break point down. Sampras went for a very much 3/4 paced first serve at 135 Ks.
A bit below the 190s, 185s that he's been serving at.
That's right where he serves his second ball generally, about 135, 140. Tuned that one up to 194.
A sensation, what a point to hold serve. I wonder if that racket.
Courier is lifting his game point by point, game by game. But Sampras is matching it. Beautiful diving volley, kept a lot of backspin on it. Short, it's died at its tracks. 30 love.
Came storming to the net, Courier, and it just took all the pace off the ball.
Really does move quickly into the net. Took that ball just a metre or so back of the net. Almost an Edberg-like move.
No break of serve, but he's the man coming from behind. 2-3 at the moment, but 2 sets to love in the can.
Surprisingly small difference. Just 4 Ks, it's less than 3 miles an hour.
Courier just has, Sampras just has that ability to pull out a really big serve sometimes.
40.
And his second serve is quite a bit more solid. Again, 40 love on his own serve.
Sampras, ball change. New balls. 3-0.
Well, at this point, after an hour and 45 minutes of play, Jim Courier has just been contained. Brad Stein, his coach, taking it all in, looking most impassive. But Jim has to be worried under that steely facade. New balls. 3 games all, third set.
15 under.
There's the statistics for the third set. Jim Courier picking up quite a bit in the lead.
30.
Switching out to the forehand. Sampras has that wonderful ability to hook that wide one back across court. 8-3, favouring Sampras, the number of forehand winners.
Out. 30.
Linesperson indicating unsighted, and the call made by Bruno Roubaud was out. All 30 all. This is the crisis time. That was the linesperson that was unsighted and very quickly indicated. But this is the crisis time in the match for Jim Courier. 3 all and 30 all in the third.
And it's interesting to see what he chose to do at the moment of
14.
crisis. Served and volleyed. I don't think he would have done that a year or two ago, when Sampras was in trouble in the previous couple of service games ago. He went out wide on the deuce side, the first serve.
Game Courier. Courier leads 4 games to 3. 15 under.
And that applause is for service ace on the opening point of this 8th game.
White, please. Thank you.
Fastest yet, 199 kph.
When you're serving at close to 200 kilometres per hour, I guess there's not much margin for error. Racket stringer still at work, but half done.
Well, the mains are in. That takes about less than a third of the total. It's threading crosses in the takes. Looking more dangerous, seizing the opportunity to make his move to the net. This is Jim Courier that Pete Sampras has played against since they were just kids.
Difficult for Courier if he can't be the first one to make the move to the net.
Speed, acceleration to the net from Sampras is really something. 30 all. Courier with break points again. What a competitor.
30-14.
If he goes down, he's going to go down fighting and clawing every inch of the way.
Slower serve on that last point from Sampras worked against them because the return was rifled back right at his feet.
Deuce.
game, Sampras. White, please.
And that's the game. He survives again. Twice now in this set, down break point.
4 games.
Must-win game for Courier. Gets it off to a bad start for him, sitting the ball up for a Sampras forehand.
15.
This really is bad luck. It's a very solidly hit forehand that made into a very easy put away for Sampras. Not the ideal ball to come in for Jim Courier. He was a little wide in the court. The line was always going to be open. Didn't really make the best of efforts to get there to cover it. 15-30, Courier in trouble. Interesting pattern developing when Jim Courier is in trouble. He's serving and volleying. Pete Sampras has been in trouble the last few times. He slowed his first ball down.
Please. Thank you.
Sampras takes command, lead of 5 games to 4 in the third set. No appeals for quiet as Sampras serves for the match.
Jim Courier continues to throw everything at the world's number one, and the world's number one can just come up with a little bit more time and again. 15 love.
Does it again.
30 love.
Well, phenomenal power from the three-quarter court. Neat volley. Somehow Courier gets to it. I've got to admit, he's going down like a real champion.
White, please. Thank you.
That was the most awkward looking shot you've seen, but it's kept him in the point.
40 love.
And he now has triple match point, Pete Sampras. Really got, first of all, came straight into him.
Must have really wrapped around the frame to get that strange spin on it. Nothing going Courier's way at this most vital stage when you would have to have a bit of luck. 3 match points to Pete Sampras.
Thank you.
First service.
That's the match. Pete Sampras is into the final.
6-3, 6-4, 6-4.